All right. First and foremost, greetings, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of my TVL, AS, and EIM. This is your Sir Julson Lucio Vance Copite, trying again to assist you through this asynchronous distance education of our School Kings College of the Philippines. Okay, so for the orientation again of everybody and for the orientation, we are particularly following this Octagon. So right now, I hope and pray that we already finished the comprehensive illustration. That was the first week of the October. Second week of October is followed by this one, the itemization of the material, that is from October 5 to 9. And this time, we are now in the procedures on how you will do it. There will be activity 13, October 12 to 16. Today is October 12. And we are streaming this. This is good for 5 days, a duration of 5 days that you will fulfill. Okay, so for the orientation of all, now this is the first octagon, comprehensive illustration, followed by the itemization of the material. I hope that you're able to finish this already. And this one. We are now proceeding on the procedures on how you do it. Now for the purposes of orientation, so I hope natapos na yung illustration ng first octagon, followed by the second octagon, the itemization of the material. And this time, we will now proceed on the procedures on how will you do it. That is the activity 13, dated October 12 to 16, 5 days. So this is a timeline of you. You have 5 days to do this. And this is definitely to assist you. So here is the instruction, students. So I know for sure there's some kind of clarifications that we would like to tell you. So let's try to figure that out, okay? So first instruction, assuming that you will build and present the item after knowing that an interested company wish to know more about the item. Comprehensively tell us how will you create the item? What should be done first? What are the steps? What are the procedures or the processes? Now, divide your general procedures in 5 days only. Ang tanong, kailangan bang 5 days? Yes, kailangan 5 days. This is to challenge you that you will really comprehensively and specifically tell us the step-by-step manner on how will you do it. Now, each of the column, there are 5 columns. There are 5 columns. Each column is composed of objective and task. Okay. Each column is composed of objective and task. I repeat, objective and task. So objective, this is the aim of each phases. The target that you will fulfill every phrase. What do you wish to happen here first? Or at the end of the phrase, what are the expected outputs, products? You may use the words first, second, lastly, build, construct, make, change, next, finally, and in conclusion. 1 or 2 objectives can be written in each phrase or more. So, paano ba yung objective na sinasabi mo? Simple lang naman, for example. Phrase 1. Objective 1. Assemble the basic parts. Number 2. Install the screws and this particular item in item. That is your objective. Now, sabi niya, task. Define the systematic procedures. Step-by-step process on what should be done first. This speaks about the ways, methods, and the progression of the procedures. So, ibig sabihin sa task mo, anong gagawin? Sabi natin, i-assemble mo muna yung mga basic parts, tapos i-install mo yung mga screw. Yan yung objective, assuming. Step 1. Sasabihin mo dyan na cut a 10-meter item metal using this one to assemble the basic foundations or the skeleton. Sige, sabihin natin na yung objective mo is assemble the skeleton of the item tapos install the screw. O sige, ganun na yung objective mo. Ngayon, ano yung task? Siguro yung task mo, sasabihin mo dyan, first task, get a long metal sheet. You cut that 10 meters using a meter, how do you call that, Jay? Pangrukodyo. Ano that you know that actually. So you get a meter stick or probably the metal thing. You measure it 10 meters and you cut that, or probably not meters but that's too long. Probably 3 meters to 4 meters or 5 meters. So gagamit tayo ng ganon, cut that into specific parts. So sinabi mo sa step 1, cut 5 meters metal sheet. Assuming lang okay, not mo yon. Next, using a probably, how do you call that, ragadi ng metal, how do you call that? Yep, a saw, yeah, the saw, iron saw. cut that, tapos after you cut that, you do this one, and next, after you're able to cut the item, probably try to measure the basic foundations of this one, this one, this one, and that one. So it's difficult actually to definitely comprehensively tell that, but this is really to challenge you to specifically tell exactly what are you doing. So even the smallest details, you have to tell us in the task, in the step by step. So, napaka-comprehensive niyan. So, dapat isipin nyo muna, bago nyo gawin yung item, dapat meron kayong phase 1, assembling. Next, phase 2 is probably assembling and installation of phase 1. Phase 2, siguro sasabihin mo dyan na um, um, yeah, the installation of the wires, or probably the installation of the small parts. Phase 3, probably you will tell us that the checking of the measurements and everything. Phase 4 is the testing of the item. Tapos phase 5 is the final testing of the item. O, di ba? Meron kang pa-phase. Ibig sabihin kasi ng procedures, it's not just about the task, but even pagtapos na anong gagawin mo, anong next. Pwede mo nang sabihin, repackage that into this kind of material and display that and everything. O, di ba? So, dito papasok yung creativity nyo, dito papasok yung pagiging comprehensive nyo sa details. Kasi, paano pag babasahin nila yan ng teachers nyo? Paano pag babasahin nyo ng isang expert? Tapos gusto niya makita kung ano ang detailed explanation niya. And this is as well to extend your vocabularies on how you play the language and words. And apart from your skill base, let's also try to use your vocabulary, your language and linguistic competence on how we're going to provide us a comprehensive and step-by-step procedures on how you do it. Now, this appears to be like crazy, but it's not crazy actually. This has a wisdom on why we are asking to do this, because this is one way to challenge grammatical competence. This is one way to challenge your collaboration competence, because you will not do this alone. You do not kasi do it alone. You try to consult your other classmates, families on how you will do it, and they will give you ideas. So basically, you need inputs. It's no way again that you will independently just think of it without the inputs and proper consultations of other people around. So try as well to consult them, try to seek their help, try to get their opinions. And upon absorbing a collection of opinions and inputs, you get already to give a big picture on how you will do it step by step. So that's how we actually do it. Okay. So that is one way strategies into doing these procedures on how will you do it. Okay. I also would like to include in this video the announcement concerning the submission of all of this one. You might be wondering, sir, every week ba kami magsasubmit? Not actually, you can submit, not actually, you will not submit every week, but you will submit you will submit on the last week of October, 26 to 30. So at least we're able to give you some gist. And I believe that I already actually have I just want to share the screen. I believe I am able to share this on the Facebook, but for the purposes again of repetitions and further explanations on how you do it. Okay, so let's try again to go back to the bigger picture. Okay. In case na nakukulangan kayo sa explanations natin doon sa itemization, ay doon sa procedures on how you do it, just consult us and just call us and call our attention so that we can do something about it. Okay. There are some areas kasi that we leave you the rest of the competence. There are some certain knowledge that are not given in everything. We will not give 100% discussions of them. But there are some ideas that are being left behind for you to realize upon. And that is when education comes in that is what we call the ideology of how do you call it? Uh, that is within the boundaries of the MELCs, the most essential learning competencies. So that is a standard set by the curriculum guide that we are following. Sometimes it is a discovery method, because in the first place, research is a discovery method. Oops. Okay, let me just share this. Let's just wait for this thing to load because of due to some connectivities. So yeah, going back, I was talking about that research is actually a discovery-based method idea of research, meaning to say, as you gradually finish it, you realize the guidelines, you realize the ideas, you realize the ways on how to do it and how to fulfill it. That's how things happen actually. Where is that? This one. This is not for us, but we will be using this one, this in particular. Ito po, ha? Well, I hope that you or EIM and AS are doing fine and good. We hope that um, you are able to follow the instructions that we have able to proceed or to give. Okay, so here is the, I'd like to show you this. Okay, so may have your attention here to EIM and AS. We have first octagon, second octagon, third octagon, fourth octagon. For the first and second, natapos na yan dapat within the span of September 23 since October 9. So I hope natapos na yung drawing, tapos na rin yung itemization of the materials. And this time, we'll proceed on the third octagon. Procedures on how will you do it. This will be individual. You will write this on a one whole sheet of intermediate pad paper, or you may request a soft copy of the Word docs if your resources permits. So yung Word docs na tinutukoy ko, yung kaninang pinakita ko, pwede naman kayo mag-request ng Word document noon. O kung hindi, okay lang naman. Ngayon, if your resources permits, sige, you can encode. But it's not a mandatory that you have to encode. It's still preferably that you have to use any available resources you have in one whole paper, in intermediate pad paper is enough. Now, mode of submission, if you are picked up, your guardians and parents should personally submit them on October 26 to 30 in exchange of the fourth batch module. For delivery, personally hand it to the delivery team in exchange of your fourth batch module on October 26 to 30. If you avail download, send a picture of the drawing, send me a picture of the one whole, or if in case you encoded it, send me the document. Okay? Now, all the four tasks will be submitted all together on October 26 to 30 together. I will no longer be asking you that every week you will be submitting an item. No. Sabay-sabay na lang na isasabay nyo yan sa October 26 to 30. Okay? So I hope that I'm able to make myself clear, and I hope that you're doing well and fine. And right now, we hope that if there are some questions, if there are some clarifications, please feel free to contact me, and that I may be able to provide you the assistance. Precaution, meron pa pong 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th at madami pa tayong octagons na pupuntahan because this is research and there are many areas that we will be diving into. Okay? So thank you very much. Appreciate all the good works that you do. You are doing exactly what the country is asking us, is to become effective and become impactful youth of this country. And so we congratulate all your dedication here in studying. So maraming salamat. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay?